Hello. I have returned from the New York trips, which was alright. The anxiety's just still a drag, and happened to travel with me. But putting that aside, we're back to the great SNES RPG challenge. We're back to streaming, and hopefully I finish Light Fantasy this stream, because I wasn't 100% sure if I was close to beating it, and I decided not to stress finishing the day before because I wanted to get some more work done instead. So we'll see. At least on this time, I'm not any under kind of time pressures or anything of that sort. So let's go continue on. So, hey. Before we get to that, though, there's some things in just a moment. I just want some music before I get to explaining. Okay. Yes, just muted the retro arc. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's get this started just so I can have music. Okay, so we actually have additional games to add. Here, I'll explain the story. So a few days ago during my trip, a friend of mine DM'd me on Discord and just told me about this SNES RPG book, which is like, ooh, it looks great. Like, look at this. Okay, not here, over here. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, let me just turn off the camera for just in case. Just so it won't block things. Yeah. I gotta really work on some of this. The commands on my stream deck have been super lazy. So yeah, gorgeous looking book, very thick. It's like, it looks great. Then looked at the games featured on it, which, okay, it makes sense. There's no fan translated stuff. This is all localized. Which kind of a bummer, but this is Super Nintendo, not Super Famicom, SNES. And then I noticed two games that's the featured. It's like King of Dragons and Knights of the Round, and what are those? I'm just thinking to myself, oh, there's ActRaiser, which, you know, I thought was a Borderline pick, but it was included, and I'm just like, okay, let me double check on these. And then it turns out they're beat 'em ups, first of all, so yeah. Very Borderline stuff, but apparently these two beat 'em ups have very light RPG elements, and I'm just thinking to myself, I've been getting into just picking a lot of fan translations in games that are not necessarily RPGs and stuff, but they just kind of have tagged or labels and stuff. So, upon deciding in the end, we got two more additions to the lineup. Yeah, it's only 1 hour though, so it's like it's not going to take up much of our time. The King of Dragons and Knights of the Round, right here. So we got two more games to add, and I just realized I forgot to add it to the wheel, just in case, because otherwise I feel like I'd forget it. So, yet more entries. The goal post just kind of moves slightly further away, but those are very shorty, so it's not much of a bad additions or anything, but it just feels like I blame this random book for just kind of adding more stuff to the list and my friend. So they're to blame to just kind of adding more to my challenge. Which now makes me think, it's like, is there any fan translations that came out within the last week for Super Famicom? So we gotta go and see before we continue on. So let me just take a quick look. Well, I'm just that kind of train of thought. And I gotta change the number. So the answer is... Where is it? Nope. Really got an updated patch. The Third World FFC. 0.099. What's my slight glory? Alright. here. I guess let's get myself started. But yeah. So yeah. Game number bumped up from 140, 168 to 170, so it's like... Alright, so I have to go back through part of the dungeon and just check out these lights. I'm just looking, trying to open the map just to kind of see. And there. Here we go. Well, let's get back to the swing of things. There's a lot of enemies. We got this. This game's just been rough. Really rough. Like, yes, it's kind of okay moments and such, so it's not purely negative. I don't like to shit on games too much. But it's like, oof. I feel like I'm being more dramatic than I maybe am. Ran out of tea, ran out of juice. Got some water bottles. Hope everyone's doing okay in the meanwhile. I'm dead. Oh yeah, one more thing. Because of this game though, just before my trip, I made a new emote. It's like here. Now I'm also dead. Thanks, Light Fantasy. Like, it didn't turn out really great. Like, it's rough. It's hard to see the text. So I feel like it could be better. Maybe I don't want it too stretched out, but maybe I gotta stretch it out, maximize the space. So I gotta play around with that some more. Like, it's an experimental one. Fine. There we. Ran out. I really don't want to play more of this. Fine. Yep. Like, it could turn out better, but I thought it was just a fun idea. How's it going? It's getting charmed to death. Why do I feel like they each went twice in a row? Probably not. I'm Dead is funnier. My slots are limited. Not like I have one more space though. I wonder if the Thwink cures it. Okay. Be fine now. Now, since he's right there. I'm dead. Thank goodness. So it wants me to backtrack to this dungeon 1.5 times, it seems like. I'm going back to this door, which is supposed to take me near the beginning, and then go check this spot in the dungeon. Which I'll start doing now once I use the charms. I mean, when I'm back further in, I could just use more of the charms. multitasking a bit. Like a boss. Because what else I'm going to do with these slow battles? Nothing. Alright, that's supposed to take me back earlier in the dungeon. Like that's a shortcut back. Eh, might as well. Hey, Grumpy, thank you very much for the 36 months of sub in 3 years. Time flies. And yeah, hopefully I finish this one. Depends on these setbacks and how mean the backtracking is. How's your week? Yeah, I hear you. Oh, hey, bot. Bye, bot. But everyone's playing Silent Hill 2 these days, Grumpy. Silent Hill F, not 2. I've been hearing pretty good things about the new Digimon. How's that going? Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so supposed to get that. The scale. At least the game tells me, hey, check the 12 lights. So I think it's supposed to go back and talk to the guy. Fair enough, fair enough. So meanwhile, I ordered my copy of Tactics. It should arrive tomorrow. And hopefully it gets started this weekend or in a few days. It's going okay. Trip was alright. Just was too on edge to relax. Part of me feels my real trip is later this month, not the New York one. Yeah, I watched a little bit of BGD play it here and there, not too much, because it's like, yeah, I might also just go semi-blind on it. But I got some basic ideas. Yeah, inconvenient location. Runaway success has been cool. Yeah. It's just been many years since I played it through it, so yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm all the way there. Yeah, so my plan is stream until I finish this. Not in one stream, maybe I'll take two, depends. Then Sky, try to finish chapter 2, break from that and do some tactics. For like 2 to 3 streams, then more Sky. Gotta save my energy for all the NPC chatters in the Rouen region. Yeah, it's a little better. Dead. Dead. Well, now you're only paying attention to this game to be able to count how many times did I summon them just to get the kill. Nope, wrong way. Every strong way I go, it just adds to potential more aggravations. Kind of weird, it's like... Why is it way less sensitive today? It's like I pressed the button once, it didn't do like 3 taps at once. I have to use an elixir. Dead. Let me see how much money I got. Guess I might be needing to get more. Nah, just basically hanging out in the streamer friend's place and just chill. Me one other person coming. So this is probably more of the staycation. Alright. So I probably don't need to go there then. Alright, so I thought maybe it's mandatory. So I'm probably good then. I don't want to go all the way back. Just to get some ultimate armor. I really don't care. If I don't need it. And if I end up regretting it, well, we'll find out the hard way, won't we? Yeah, you saw this on Discord, but yeah, my emulation device. The analog nub just broke off. So it's like, I could play on the D-pad and all, but it's not the most comfortable thing on with 3D games. So it just still kind of sucks. Though admittedly, I also had tunnel vision where it's like, oh shit, analog broke. Well, wait a minute. Older games can use D-pads, not like modern games where D-pads used for shortcuts. Well, I was playing Dynasty Warriors, so maybe that's it. And just little frustrations with some of the achievements. And it's kind of one of those things, it's like, yeah, sure, I got a, like a Switch 2 and Steam Deck and stuff, but it's like, I was in the middle of playing that thing, so I'm in the mood for that thing. Even though I have all these options behind me and stuff, it's like... moods. First world problems. Yeah. And on top of it, like, I ended up ordering replacement analogs, like I said, it ended up costing $30, which is like, ouch, but, whatever. At least found a quick solution. Yeah, I was away on vacation to New York, partly obligations to visit some family and friends. And I'm gonna have one more trip at the end of this month to visit a streamer friend and another friend. Just for 1 week, and then that should be it for the rest of the year, unless, last minute getaways or short or sudden ideas. Though this month is gonna be very wonky in terms of progression on stuff I'm playing on stream. And I had another scare also earlier today where this morning the PC was, well, the PC was powering on, but it wasn't displaying anything, so it just felt like it was trapped in a blank screen, and I was just trying to troubleshoot that for over half hour, unplugging my system, replugging and stuff. It seemed like giving it a static jolt with just touching the parts just magically made it work somehow, when just unplugging the device didn't. I think, or just coincidence. Kind of makes me nervous because I've been thinking for a while lately with some of the random freeze-ups that you saw happen on stream lately, plus now it just seems to have trouble booting from sleep modes. My computer nearly being almost 7 years old next year. I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, probably should get a new one because I don't know how to, replace specific parts. And I'm just thinking that the parts just might break down one by one, so even if, let's say, I eventually replace the motherboard, GPUs, graphics card and stuff, it's like, maybe just not going to be, not much more, may as well just get everything fresh, is the kind of the logic I've been playing around with in my head. And also the worries of, reality, tariffs, politics, just jacking up the prices and stuff, so it's like, if I want to get something, maybe it's kind of better to just get it sooner than later, in the sense of things just might jack up even more expensive. I don't know. It's a hard call. So I've just been kind of thinking in my head all day. Well, I mean, there's always that kind of deals, discounts, maybe some components going a little down, but it's like, yeah. Yeah, it just costs things, like, part of it is you guys been helping with the, with the subs, the donation, well, the subs really, and to some extent the bits. And that just kind of accumulates Switch funds I kind of add, and just that's the money I use to, like, do hardware upgrades and you know, replacements and stuff like that. So I do have quite a bit of money from years of Twitch payouts. So it's like, that could be a PC replacement right there. I eventually want to get a retro Tink. Yeah, like what Sounder said, like there's eventually like hardware discounts and things like that, or some, you know, older stuff getting dropped in price, but the problem is, because of the way the things are right now with, you know, all the trades, the markets, everything just jacking up in price, it's just hard to project how it's gonna go. Hey, Omegas, how's it going? That's the thing, it's just, things are too unpredictable of how much things might get more expensive. And what are you up to today, Link? Yeah, I don't want top of the line, I just want moderate stuff and just basically, you know, new components. I'll also just kind of have everything new. And just, I could just always swap out hard drives or add my hard drives. Yeah. I played very little of Okage, and I kind of like the quirk of it, but barely played it. Otherwise, the PC runs fine. I'm just worried about the future, basically. And things slowly showing its age. And all the politics crap is just making me worried about the markets. Yeah. I bought this pre-built and I have no idea how to build a PC and I'm just kind of afraid to. I'm very clumsy about that. I can replace, you know, RAM sticks, you know, fans, simple stuff. I don't know how to replace it, how to attach video cards or motherboards, CPUs and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's the thing. So I'm just thinking, if I want to replace all that, you know, with something newer, might as well just kind of go with a new PC. Yeah, there's always tutorials and stuff. I just don't trust myself to just properly build some of the critical components or remove or add critical components like video and the motherboard and things like that. I'm just being a chicken about it. But we'll see. I just was kind of panicked earlier today, that's all. Because of stuff stuck. Yeah, this PC is pre-built for almost 7. One CPU upgrade, fair. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, that's all. I don't have the guts to, you know, upgrade stuff myself, some parts, then, well, we'll just have to suck up the costs. Oops. Oh no, it was a trap. Oh, that's bad. Apparently there's an MP replenisher. I'm looking at the map. That's mean. Really mean. Alright. I see. Andy gets to go first. Then I have to use up an elixir. I'm safe stayed in here. Okay, actually ran for on first try. Yeah, like I get the idea of what you're saying. It's also a little bit over my head on the how. But that's just kind of me being kind of very cautious, I guess. Fair. Yeah. RAM may replace myself eventually, so it's newer than some of the other components, but it's still a few years old. Fair. What about power supply? Because I've just wondered if there was an issue earlier when things may be underpowered. Or it could just be sleep mode issues. We're gonna go ahead and look at the MP replenish. Oh yeah, make your quota. Yeah. Yeah, that is smart. There we go. That's still kind of oof. Yeah, Goober. And it's a really slow, rough game. Yeah, I could be a stupidly reckless spender myself at times. Shit, they're going first. Oh no, I'm usually go for something medium. Like, I'm not a heavy PC gamer, I'm usually a big multitasker. So my main priority is processing speeds and RAM. And storage, because I hoard a lot of stuff. Just a decent amount of power, at least for if I do PC game. I don't want to give myself that way. Multitasking is the biggest thing for me. And being able to have a bunch of stuff open. Yeah, well, enthusiasts, people who can really see graphical difference, or just visual-oriented players. I mean, stuff like maybe 1 to 3 years ago. think that's a fair threshold. Only 4K I have is just this capture card I put on my PC, just in case. Though I haven't really been making use of it, but I just kind of like it future-proofing if it's there. TV. How's it going, Giger? I forgot if I said hello or anything. If I didn't, sorry. I got distracted. Do I have anything to cure the mini? Yeah, let's look at cure shock. Like that works, I guess. So let's see how this goes. Dragon Maze scale will move the poison around your body. It sucks, but I guess if all else fails, we'll just have to go back. So I heard I'm supposed to use range against the dragon. On guard, so wait, he's an ally? If he's going after the demon? Okay, I thought it was another dragon that's at the fighting range. Maybe not. If it's gonna keep spamming that, maybe I'm just not gonna bother with curing the flames. And just have to do all heal. do whole damage. Shit. Ow. Owie. Actually, I prefer them just doing this. Hurts less. Ugh. Has this really been my fantasy? Well, it's burning fantasy right now. How's it going, Masa? Alright, at least it seems close to dying. This boss is not bad at all. So far. Fair enough. Oh. Guess it's not that close. Said I'm dead for a while. I'm dead. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Only 120 XP though. I'm out of here. It's like level 6. Can you get free healing? No. Yeah, we brought back the bar, get back the other better party member. Ow. But my sword, though. It's okay, I know I'm heavily injured, but I still want to go. Eh, what? I'll use like 2 of these just in case. Should open up the map of this place. They're all the way over there, and they got like chunky HP, so I don't want to deal with it. Then there's another guy there. Yeah, this reminds me more of East 3 because of the way the composition is. It's the same guys. Hey Hero, how's it going? You doing good? I play it fairly often. Come on, I'm just close. Yeah, last week was the trip. And it went alright. Yep. Yeah, it's supposed to be... The next place is supposed to be the final dungeon. It's like, thank goodness. I don't want to come charging in alone. This is not as bad as Burn, in my opinion. And she doesn't have the stealth since that was available after she got kidnapped. Oh well. This is still decent. Nope, missing is bad. Ow. Yep. Yeah, I even got an emote out of it, Raptured. Because of how many times I've seen I'm dead. I think I'm probably the only person on Twitch who has a White Fantasy emote. Thank you. I feel like it works better on mobile than on PC because it's just it's kind of small. Too stretched out if I just made it taller. This is as wide as it could get. Thank you, Fern. Hey. For the good luck. Yeah, I'm almost dead. Basically, just the indicator has low HP. Or I'm dying. Yeah. Hooray. GG, totally. Nani, what did you say? Don't talk, don't. I just want to see how the enemies go. Yeah, this is supposed to be final dungeon. I just don't like they're all the way up there. Doesn't look like it's a very big dungeon, at least. But, you know, encounters galore. Ah, yes, the Dragon Guard. I'm curious, I guess. I figured I was going to do that. Oh, good damage. For some reason they're not attacking. Oh. Oh, because I forgot to change the title of that. Because I recently added two new ones to accident today. Thank you for that, Big B. And I have some ideas in mind for the future. I don't want to say anything yet. It's too early for it. Yep, it's currently 170. Ended up adding some beat-em-ups with light RPG elements. That was something I overlooked. Like, yeah, why not? Short games could be something fun to mess with. Have far fun. Who knows when maybe one of them can be randomly picked soon. Make me the heater. Gotta be careful with the status ailments. I do have one old book. Or towards the end. Yeah, it's just more like I just want to make it like a very complete experience, or complete as I can with English, even with some very loose titles. I feel like if I rush it too much, it's just going to burn myself out, so I better be careful. So I'm just trying to keep it slow and steady. And I'm going to be having a break from it for like a month or two because of new releases stacked on top of each other. I think they're running the right way though. Got a little better. Like I've been getting luckier. Maybe it's based on level. Oh hey. Hey, I have my sword back. Yeah, I got my sword back. Well, he's gone there. He's fading. Guitarro! We barely knew you. Yep. That's part of the plan. So I'm thinking Sky Remake, Tactics, DQ1 and 2. So those are going to be focused on the stream. Any other new games is the very last minute addition, if I feel like I'm in the mood for it. Anyways. Yeah, I just want to focus on finishing this game first, then Sky Remake. Well, I'm not gonna finish Sky Remake, I'm taking my sweet time with it, but I'm just gonna progress on it more after this. And I hope you be better whatever moods and stuff that's ailing you. Here. I am curious about the CXP, so we'll just do this. I understand. You can't force it. Looking at the map very closely to just try to get to this faster. You pick up one chest along the way. Okay, cool. We got some nice level ups. Didn't even pay attention how much XP, but just kind of like, ugh. Get the apple. Yeah, look at him dancing. Who the hell are you? Yeah. Retro Zen said this was a difficulty spike this second to last boss. Yeah, we'll see. Just being cautious because I could be underestimating the game for more suffering. That seems like this is gonna be fine. Going with that. I'm perfectly fine. Only hit in the front. One of those bosses. I'll let Mini heal. If all else, we'll just have two characters heal. Yeah, family brought me popcorn chicken. Yeah, don't miss. bit mean with the spells. Now we... Ow. Hopefully if everyone heals. Characters with good MP pools. Okay, it's getting low on HP. That's good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You didn't even get a chance to heal. Shit. Oh, that's close. For safety. I can see why this could be a harder fight if you're just kind of unlucky or don't have enough MP or supplies. Go for it. Good when the missing. That seems to be close to dying at least. We'll see how much EXP it gives. Just in case. To minimize recoveries. We ran out of MP. Nope, nope. I was just lucky for a bit. Just in case. I just want the ladies to heal. I just want to see how much EXP I could get to just be able to minimize elixir usage in case the final battle is a battle of attrition or something. So that'd probably be fine. Okay, there we go. Oh, 240. Totally the one that leveled up. Thank you, Geiger. Is my sword complete? Any talks, team? I want to go home already. Whoa, I'm jealous. She's probably sobbing. Okay. Nani? Get some exposition. Okay, power up that sword some more. Now we need the power of light on it. Wait. Look at this chunky boy. Never. With this slightly incomplete sword. Foolish human. Roar. Hey, two of my party members got killed. I hope I get a full heal at the start of this fight. Don't self-sacrifice. Yeah, she did lose her father and brother. She doesn't want to stay in this long world anymore. Sword of the Earth has the power of light. With them funky colors. The Demon Dragon spell has been removed from Lafina's body, and she is now healthy, yeah! And they, shit. It's a long scene, so I gotta save state after this. Sweet. Princess is gonna help. Give me your courage. Give me your energy. Imagine if doing this long scene and losing in the, when you're playing on real hardware, or no save states. Like, what if, like, boop, instant death, AoE wipe, then you do this all over again? It's not it's a long scene. It's a slow scene. Courage gathered from all over the world. And with that heart, everyone came back to life. Yay! Okay. So that's what it said, you know, you need range. Maybe you can just kind of put me on the side or something. That's a big old target. Cure ice, you can cure the burn, buzz, heal all. Alright. She's not gonna definitely help in fighting. Alright, at least it's reasonable that the sword has range. Down. Perfectly fine. False alarm. We do have plenty of elixirs. At the very least, the final dungeon was reasonable. It was not a pain in the ass like so many of the other dungeons in the game. Surprisingly enough. It wasn't a complex maze or super big. It was just basically going through 2 dungeons to get to here. Yeah, I guess it would have been more complicated if I was just not doing the maps. But even when I was using the maps, it was just some dungeons were just super dragged on. Well, it's different. And with the power of 7. Hey fan. Welcome. Shit. I gotta use one of the others to heal. Otherwise Mio would die. Mia has the least HP. She's fragile. safety heal. Just chug a bunch of elixirs. Ow. Oh shit, charm. Just in case. Yeah, didn't see it dying, or will die yet. No, miss. Miss bad. If it does this 2 in a row, then I'm really screwed. I just gotta make sure I time my elixir usage properly. Shit. Lafina can cure rock. If not, then Mr. J has to. Yep. And cure the charm. That's lame. At least do some damage. least I'm good on elixirs, so I'm not too worried there. Yep. Should have just went actually south. That's my mistake. Okay, when Lena has a free turn, then we'll just heal up. Safe here. I mean, not needed, but still. That's you happily let me use the elixir. Actually, we should probably all huddle up together. Just in case, since it's just all AoEs anyways. I don't know, I was just gonna keep them separate for precaution. Mobile be dead. Yep, they're low HP. about running out. Might as well. I'm thinking there's at least one character has Cure Rock. Let me use the elixir. Oh, must be using the wrong target. Cuddle up, friends. This isn't much of a problem. Charm could be a problem. Thinking this for all the hoarding of the elixirs. Under Tit. Just the message is changing a little bit. Yeah, no. Here we go. It should be close. Just in case with Mr. J. Ignore the buzzing. That's raining one moment. Let me close the terrace. Terrace window. Oh, we did it twice in a row, shit. Well, gotta revive. As long as Lafine and Mr. G doesn't die, it's okay. Well, at least I get to use it once. Ooh. Okay, don't do it twice. That's not gonna be nice. Or have to reload. It's a healing. Come on, die. Someone should use a crystal. Cover everyone's. They totally should. So I should do this. Hey, Armored Macaw, how's it going? Welcome. So much HP. Safety, safe state. Just a bit too, I guess. There we go. That was a scary moment. Get nothing. Everyone gets a level up. Doesn't seem like there's a second form unless I overlooked something on game facts. Like, I'm not reading it right now. Thank you, Geiger. Yeah, Demon Dragon, you should have been nicer. Guess you're right. Huh. I guess I'll die soon. Farewell. Very cool. Recovered. Now, it would suck if I still get random encounters even though I beat the main villain. It's like, yeah, I know you beat the final boss, but you still get fights. It doesn't look like, or I'm just lucky. Okay, it's automatically moving. Yep. Obligatory escape route. Bluey. Remember when we had that other girl, and didn't she sacrifice her life for us? Anyways, let's go home. We go back to the Castle of Light. Apparently there's still a little bit more, like go to Moonrock Shadow, the forest area. Might as well. If there's gonna be no encounters, then it's like, okay, we can enjoy the victory lap thing. This nice field music. Thank goodness. Beat the final boss of this really rough game. It's like, ooh. This was the roughest game I've played in a while. Everything was just a drag and a pain. Did it. Heavy fantasy, yeah. Or slow fantasy. And also, Axelrod, thanks for the surprise gift subs while I was away. It's like, did you lose a bet or something that you gave me 10 subs? Surprise gift subs out of nowhere. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much for your generosity. Yeah, so this dungeon sucked when I had encounters. Now it's not so bad. It was easy, it was also long. Only 2 hours, so I could have finished this last Friday. I just wasn't sure how long things were going to be, or if I'm going to have setbacks against the final bosses. Lifting the weave, the secret relic of darkness into the water. I guess this leads to true ending by doing this. Hey, everyone's back. And then merge to one. Guess we go to the Castle of Darkness. And since the stream's just short, it's like I'm not going to start the next game. We're just going to go back to Sky. A much better game. So just as a heads up, when I finish this game, it's going to be spoiler territory for those avoiding it. For fun. Didn't intend to. Yeah, I got money that I don't need anymore. Yeah, this game is suddenly much more pleasant when I don't have high random encounters and slow battles. Who would have thought? I forget how they got back. Yeah, I gotta earn my so-called true ending, I guess. Otherwise, we would never revived our friends. We just went straight back to the castle. Yeah, just imagine if this victory lap also had random encounters, then it's like the game just wouldn't let up, or I would have just gone straight back to the castle flight. I wonder if the warps work. Yeah, but I want to go back to the Castle of Darkness just to see what's going on there. Might as well. Let's see. World map view. Just trying to remember how I navigate some of this. I do not care enough to just check all the NPCs, though, just stuff of interest, or whatever the guide was pointing out at. And later, half the backtracking was super aggressive. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll go visit the tree at least, since that's enough in the way. I feel like this was machine translated, but or at least just lacked an editor. That was at least comprehensible enough overall. Yeah, have you walk around, yeah. Okay. At least we saw the efforts went into talking to this tree. And the translation there. You happy? Talk to the Father of Darkness. Here. Smooch, smooch. Well, you're king now, congrats. I guess the guy just cared enough to just kind of add these guys. And anything else? It's just a little bonus thing. Or maybe it's a lead to a true ending. I don't know if there is a true ending or not, just kind of speculating. Yeah, just a moment. Supposed to be a warp or some shortcut nearby. We'll just have to go through. Let's take this victory lap and enjoy the music. Let's keep seeing about this warp goddess around here or something. I never saw it when I got through. Yeah. Yeah, Undertale did it as well. Earthbound does it, that's the classic example. This dungeon sucked when I did this. Whatever, I'm this committed already. We'll just take a walk back. What's a few more minutes? Thought it was dead end for a moment and I got confused. Oh, there's the warp goddess. It's like just right when I'm near the exit. I was curious though. It just warps me back to the beginning of here. Well, fine game. You just want to tease me like that. way? I'm looking at this suspicious spot on the map. Let's do this way. Oh, it didn't show this the first time. Why it didn't show up the first time? It's so random. Yeah, let's talk to our friends here. We did it. Congratulations. You know, take a peek. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the beginning. Praise me, I did it. Might as well. Okay, kid. You're so super strong and cool. I don't know why all the kids are going woof woof. Except kids. Yeah, the dialogue is just starting to repeat more. I don't know, we just had a random gut feeling that maybe in case of a crash or something, that just instinctively save stated. Sure. Victory drink. Just talk to random people at the bar. No. I already did enough gambling in this game. Rude. The person that saved this world. Okay, close to the end. Father. Anything? Well said, kid. Let's go elope together. Ready, please? You mean I'll give you this castle? Hooray for Mr. J! Hooray for the hero of the earth! Light, darkness, working together to create a peaceful world. King and Darkness game thrown to the Kotaro and lives a secluded life. Oh, we got a little epilogue. You see, good thing I, helped the siblings. Nymph is living well as chief of the Fair Tribe. Slowly studying magic to follow Lee's footsteps. Renee is here helping her brother, and she helped wounded people. See? If I didn't go back to the dungeon, she wouldn't have been revived. Zara succeeded the throne and is devoted to create a world for all. King is traveling the world together with Mr. J. What about Cookie? He's been around since the beginning. Well, not the very beginning, but yeah. MG married Fina and gets to fight for everlasting justice. Smooch, smooch. We did it. Oh, thank goodness, it's done. We had credits. Let me just close the terrace door quick. Thanks, fan. I got words with this game. I wouldn't know how to convey the words very well, but I got words. Words about this game. You'll see. Or hear. Thank you, Masa. We just hit credits. Nearly 6 hours over estimate of all games. It's like, I'm okay with better games going over estimate, not the worst, the bad games. It's cute in this sense. Really, the main problem is the gameplay. Otherwise, it's inoffensive in other aspects. Like, yeah, okay story, cute enough graphics. Gameplay's butts. Not really the problem that it's generic. Could still have been boring, but the problem lies with just how much of a drag the gameplay is. I wonder how the ending would have played out. Maybe we'll skip this scene. Or just not going to show the brother and sister. Spoochy smooch. And review and whatever game number 147 is going to be. They give you 1 to 2 new games since I added the 2 beat 'em ups. Yeah, those are just kind of short 1 hour to 2 hour palate cleansers. Yeah. But there's more to it than that. Who knows, maybe I'll secretly give it a 5 out of 5, you never know. Probably not. All the snowmen getting surrounded. Five out of 5 people will tell you to avoid this one. Well, maybe someone's gonna pick this for the Grayson Grand JRPG tour. Not me though. Not a funny enough game to troll him with. Let someone else do the deed. I don't know. We're just going back to all the places we visited. Which in a way it's kind of cool, you know. Like, the story aspect isn't bad, just kind of like... Really, what messed everything up was the gameplay, above everything else. Yeah. I know I can't hold it in, just... And this game does have a sequel. I don't know if it's a direct sequel or just uses the name. Maybe it could be an improved sequel, or it could be worse. I mean, like, for example, Super Shell Monster Story 1 to 2. Like, the first game was pretty bland, but pretty alright, and has its moments and kind of like some elements to it. I liked, and just a lot of the dialogue and stuff and dynamics change, and little places where you could just find party members. Then came 2, where it just tried to make it bigger and better, but the dungeons were so much worse and harder, with harder battles to boot. First game was at least boring and easy. Alright, we're done. What's the watching? Yes. And like a secret code. I already have the timer off, so... There's nothing more. I've been trolled. Haha, very funny game. Are you sure? But there's a little more. I don't know. Not sure I'll get back to that one. At least not in a long time. Okay. Guess I'm still watching. I guess it's just random messages. Alright, let me go set myself up for review mode. Yeah, it's probably looping. I'll just keep an eye on anything new, I guess. Alright, so let's go do some quick prep. Alright. Yeah, it's looping, it looks like. Alright, we've beaten this on October 5th, 2025, with a time of 25 hours, 47 minutes, and 34 seconds. Ugh. That felt long and necessary. Alright, story. At first I was kind of amused by the story in the sense of it's very Englishy, you know, the dialogue's in all caps and stuff, so it just kind of amused me for a while early on. Like, the badness of it just kind of adds to the entertaining factor, but then, well, the novelty worn off and it just became less comprehensible, and it's like, okay, what are you guys talking about sometimes? That's hard to follow. So besides the bad translation of it, I feel like it's an okay story. Like, you know, hero guy, you know, goes out to save princess, you know, gets MacGuffin, you know, becomes hero of justice, try to, you know, be kind to all the races, the monsters, which are the darkness tribe, and the light side humans, and all that stuff. You know, all living nice in harmony and all that, and kick some evil zombie dragon, demon dragon butt. It was the demon dragon, yeah. So yeah, it was okay. Like, it gets the job done, and it has its little moments in the sense of, well, at least it tells a story. At least it just feels very, you know, there's some degree of effort put into it. We got a bit of a victory lap where we just kind of go around and just kind of get the congratulations. We got a little epilogue where, you know, characters are just explaining what they're doing. So at least, you know, some minor substance, but the translation of it just kind of undermines, you know, what little decency it has. So it's a 2. Music, I think the music is good. Like, I think that's probably one of the stronger aspects of the game, alongside the graphics, where it's nothing great or anything, not a big variety of songs, but it's a very decent solid soundtrack. Not music I care that much about, but at least it's a very pleasant The ears reminds me a lot of East 3's composition, with the way some of the sound font is. Sound font. There we go. So I think it was just it's pretty good, like pleasant, decent, okay around variety. I'm just thinking, do I want to give it a 3 or a 4? Like, it's nothing super strong, but I think it's also very just kind of solid all around. So I'm like, I'm feeling more of the 3. Like, there's just no songs that were stuck in my head, I guess. That is the problem, but at least I enjoy that kind of the pleasant romp. And the graphics are also pretty good in some ways, where it's like, the raw graphics, sprites were okay, visuals were okay, fields, dungeons were okay, but I appreciate the effort of just sometimes throwing in these little cutscenes, these little cinematics, these little scenes and things like that. So I feel like at least there is effort there, and I appreciate them just kind of go with that. And there's just a little bit of cuteness and charm to the whole thing. So we got to give it some credit where the raw visuals are not that great, but at least, there's effort. I appreciate, and nice little cutscenes. Yeah, this song right here, the boss theme. This probably is the best songs in the game. And the gameplay, though, I'm just gonna be winging it and just kind of going all over the place, and I might forget stuff to mention. So let me just at least start with some of the positive aspects, I guess, where it's kind of cool where you just kind of build your own party, and there's like a little bit of recruit system if you just go around talking to NPCs, try to recruit stuff, or going back to your team to, hey, you want to join the party and stuff, It's a slight customization there. I appreciate that there is, a warp system at least unlocked halfway through the game to just mitigate some of the things. And the game does actually decently at just kind of pointing you on where to go next, where it's like, it's not up to some to figure out the progression or where to go. It's pretty easy to figure out in general what to do next, and you get a very clear audio cue when it's like, okay, you talk to this NPC, you unlock this trigger, go to the next part. So at least that's kind of nice there. And at least I could appreciate the kind of the concepts of, this trying to combine this, game with a tactical element to it and everything. But that's where the problem ultimately undermines things, where it's like, the gameplay was a huge drag, and there was just a lot of elements where, even though there's things that are just kind of okay or manageable, there are other times where it just becomes aggressively a pain in the butt, and the drag and all that. Oh, and another positive thing, you could save anywhere, so that's nice for any, legit players that don't want a save state. So the game is good about that, being able to save all the time. But yeah, just the combat was so slow, and the drag, and the enemies can be evasion tanks to make it worse, and sometimes HP spongy, and sometimes you just feel so weak. And despite that this game, has this tactical system and everything, most of your party members just only move 1 or 2 spaces at a time to make it even worse. And then, when you're casting the spells or attacking enemies, where it has the cute idea of just kind of indicating, how much pain they're in, or if they're close to dying, like with the undead thing, it just adds to the slowness of everything, and just makes it a drag, and yeah. And it's just like, oof. And you get 8 enemies sometimes to just contend with. And then early on it was a pain because you don't have the spells, which, by the way, a lot of spells cost way too much MP. Yeah, I'm dead, you see? Axelrod's got it. So at least I got a nice emote out of it. And it's just so many little elements where even the ideas are okay, it just kind of undermines the enjoyment factor of stuff, and just kind of makes the gameplay aspect feel worse or tedious or grind and things like that. And on top of just these long battles and stuff, your EXP gains is just so tiny, and in general, which, oh, by the way, another positive thing, just to kind of be a little fair, full heal and level up, so game has mercy there. But yeah, just, you could just do this battle for like 5 minutes and you just get like 2 EXP. And just, yeah. I feel like I just lucked out where there was a saving grace of you eventually, partway through the game, get these spells where it's 100% accuracy, does consistent damage, you know. So that just really made things help from becoming a lot worse, but still, it was a drag. The battles are slow. It's lame. Plus the dungeons are just long-winded and mazy and high encounter rates and just, yeah. And of course, you know, you get to the end of a dungeon, of course there's no, you know, quick warp out of here or a warp spell or anything. No, you have to just backtrack all the way back from the dungeon just to kind of aggravate things. And you know, just a lot of places and buildings just feel very long-winded. Like even going to the inn is just, you have to not just go to the counter nearby and talk to somebody like nearly every other RPG out there. You just have to go far back through a bunch of rooms in the winding hallway, then to heal, then just go all the way back from there. It's like a big why. Oh yeah, and back to combat. It's like I was just thinking, so many status ailments, which were just a nasty aspect of the game. So many to the point where it just feels like there's just so many things that enemies can inflict on you, and it's like, how do I cure this? The items, you know, don't have descriptions. It's like somebody just kind of figure out by the names, but otherwise it's like, you know, how do I cure mini or this random, you know, clouds, you know, status ailment thing, which I think is confused, but I'm not sure, where it's like, just make things much more of a drag as well. You know, and on top of that, you know, you get a little EXP and you also get little money. So little money until like the last quarter of the game, where at least now then by the end, enemies just got decent drop rates of just like 1.4k, but if like in the beginning of the game where you just get like 10 to 20 gold and something costs 1,000 or 2,000, then just something is horribly wrong. Where at least in each town there's this thing where you could just kind of, you know, do a gambling mini game and guess the numbers to just be able to win some monies or get a, you know, the OP healing item elixirs and stuff. But it's still RNG, you know, for those that just don't want to do save states or cheats, and the fact that just basically had to rely on it to be able to afford stuff, to be instead of just grinding for more cash and just dealing with more battles, just feels like something is fundamentally really wrong with the game and the balance and the EXP distribution, where I had to really rely on cheats to be able to just make a decent amount of money to just be able to equip my guys and get the good spells. It's still a struggle because the game is still just a slow and a drag, just on top of everything, so something is just really wrong there. So yeah, it's like the game has some decent ideas and concepts, I guess, and tries to do something a little different, but everything just gets undermined by the bad gameplay aspect of it that just kind of makes things a super drag. So it's the rare 1 out of 5 in the gameplay aspect where I'm a nice guy, or I could just kind of appreciate games, or I don't get too overly negative on stuff. Yeah, just the combat just kind of undermines the whole structure. And even a lot of the other bad games, or the games I just kind of struggle with, at least has some cool ideas, or doesn't feel as slow, or just kind of feels manageable, or just straight up slow, shorter, or things like that. But it's like, oof, this game was just really putting me to the ringer in that aspect. And this gets the rare 1 out of 5, because oof, the negative feelings are just kind of were high with this one, where there were moments where it's like, okay, the game is not that bad, it's kind of manageable. Then other games, it's like the combat, really, it's just like, and it went over estimate, and it was just kind of a little boring and slow, and it's like kind of hard to do long streams of it, but I try my best to, sort of thing. Alright, so the closing comments though, it's like... And Bill. Actually, nah. Actually, maybe that's a bit funny. I'd rather. So again, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then we're this far in. Nah, I'm not feeling this one. Yeah. I'm getting to that in a moment. Just to kind of some of the experience. So yeah, back to top and bottom 10, which again, I kind of want to expand upon it, but maybe another time or just near the end. And I feel like moving it to here. So, where it lies, where this game is not only just was a rough time and just kind of feel negative towards it, but in fact, let me just move this in. Okay, no, it didn't work out as nice as I thought it would. Let me just kind of copy and paste here a bit. It manages to dethrone Dungeon Master as the worst SNES game I've played, and we're 142 games in. Near the end of the challenge yet. Near the very end, I found a new stinker. Say, congratulations. This was the worst game I've played on this. Like, Dungeon Master was a pain in the ass, but even then it just didn't feel so aggressively obnoxious. Oh, by the way, I also forgot to mention where there's also really, really aggressive backtracking, where in the later half of the game, just to add to the tedium of it all. Now, where I want to just kind of rewrite stuff. Let me just think about it for a moment. I think maybe a Romancing Saga would be off the list, because Majin Tensei, the more I think about it in the long run, even though I was engaged with the game, it was just probably the worst SMT spinoff. Oh yeah. Negative Lotus War. I'm just confusing myself. Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, Shinsei Koku was not really that bad. It was just the worst, probably the most badly designed RPG experience, so that says something. Yeah, Dream Maze was just a really, an annoying dungeon crawler that just kind of soured me. Because it just feels like, well, battles are just basically became pointless. Yeah. Heaven, Slayers. Adventures of Horror High also kind of had a sour experience with that game because of the... It was just boring, plus I had issues with the fan translation patch where it just kind of kept crashing on me. Actually, no, I should probably switch over there. I think it's a little worse than Slayers because Slayers was just bad. It was a boring game with a bad soundtrack, but this was just kind of like I had to unpatch the game, then repatch the game numerous times. So I think just mine's just kind of made me go to that. I don't feel like writing the whole thing. Yeah, like, Romancing Saga 1 didn't age well at all, but I feel like it's not really that bad in some aspects in compared, but it's definitely about in 20. Yeah, let's update it. Maybe when we get closer to the end, I'll just feel like doing the bottom 10. Why does it keep saying 5? I don't realize. I change it, but sometimes it feels like my saves don't go through. So yeah, there you go. It's just that special. Yeah, this October. Yeah, congratulations, Flight Fantasy. You just managed to get the #1 worst game near the very end of everything. And now, let's go pick out a wheel. And I'm looking through the game, it's still looping. So let's do the shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Maybe I get one of the beat 'em ups. Oh, let's pause the music. And spin. Well, it's going to be the next game picked. Forgot the number already, too. I think I said 147. No. No, we went past the beat 'em up. Alright. We're going Eye of the Beholder. Back to dungeon crawling. So this is the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Eye of the Beholder game. Yeah, published by Capcom. Yep, back to dungeon crawling after playing with some superheroes. Oh, no, I have not played this one. So we'll see how this is gonna go. Yeah, if all else, just be a map scrub. And yeah, we're gonna be taking a break from this now because new releases. Gonna go back to Sky. But when I get back, at least I'm cautiously optimistic about Sharing the Wanderer. I feel like I'm probably gonna like it enough. And we'll see how the rest of the games go. And yeah, thank you very much for all that and listen to the rambles and stuff. Yeah, this was an experience, alright, with this game, with the light fantasy. And maybe when I get back to the challenge, I'm gonna maybe think about the number 11 through 20. I could think of bad games to list here, but less so the good ones. Yeah, I know. So, let's go say bye to this game over here, where it's just still looping. Like, bye-bye game. You will not be missed. Yeah, I'm just hoping for improved sequel with Cyber Knight 2, that's all. And part of me thinks, actually, I probably should have given Cyber Knight probably a 2 out of 5, but it was just, the end game was just very, very frustrating, and I don't know how often I'm going to give 1 out of 5, so because I'm usually too nice, so I was just kind of being mean about it. But yeah, it was just a rough game there. Yeah, so let's go say bye to my face as well. Back to Sky. So anyone want to avoid spoilers, run away. We're playing a better game now. Yeah, for those that want to just avoid the remake. Hey, wait, I didn't want to update the controller. Yeah, I guess it'll just give me time. Which stream is this? This is part 4, part 5 for Sky. This is going to be part 5. Yeah, no, part 6. Mm-hmm. Misspelled.